Get ready, folks, because Hollywood has just dropped another bombshell that has everyone talking. Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex, has just faced one of the biggest embarrassments of her career, and the fallout is absolutely brutal. Her latest Netflix show, which was expected to be a massive success, has completely flopped, and not just in a small way. We're talking about record-breaking failure levels. And now Meghan is in full panic mode, scrambling to do damage control, as Netflix executives reportedly are having second thoughts about their partnership with her and Prince Harry. But what actually went wrong? How did Meghan go from the most talked about royals in the world, the darling in fact, to a Hollywood laughingstock? And what this could mean to Meghan and Harry's multi-million-dollar Netflix deal we are about to break. It's an explosive report for everything you should know. Netflix flop. How bad was it? Let's get to the numbers first. Meghan's highly anticipated Netflix series, With Love. Meghan was supposed to change the game. Meant to give a peek into Meghan's personal insights, her way of life, and her humanitarian work. It had been highly publicized by Netflix. But despite all the hype, the viewership numbers for the show were nothing short of catastrophic. The series is said by many reports to have not only underperformed, but had one of the worst premieres in Netflix history. That is correct, it didn't just fail, it bombed with such vigor that it made the Netflix history books for all the wrong reasons. It slumped out of the Netflix trending charts within days of its premiere, barely clinging in the top 50 in major markets like the US and the UK. If that wasn't bad enough, the critics have been ruthless. Major entertainment outlets such as The Guardian and Forbes have panned the series as flat, uninspired, and going nowhere. Even Rotten Tomatoes, an outlet not always stingy with its ratings, watched the show receive some of the worst scores for a Netflix documentary in recent years.
John Mulaney is not holding back. He brutally dragged Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's failed Netflix projects in front of A-listers such as Ben Affleck and Tina Fey.
John Mulaney's brutal roast. If it couldn't get any worse, Meghan and Harry's Netflix disaster has now become a punchline for comedians. During a promotional event hosted by Netflix, comedian John Mulaney took his moment to roast Meghan and Harry on stage. He joked that Netflix had given them a multi-million-dollar deal without knowing what they were going to do, saying it was the most money ever wasted on a passion project. This, of course, sent the crowd of Hollywood elites into a fit of laughter and further solidified this couple's fall from good graces in the industry. A clip of Mulaney's joke went viral, producing a high volume of memes and online discussions about how out of touch Meghan and Harry seem to be from what people want. Netflix executives abandoned Meghan and Harry. And if that wasn't enough, Netflix's chief content officer, Bella Bajaria, gave a high-profile presentation about the company's upcoming projects recently and failed to even mention Meghan and Harry's content. She spoke about other celebrities, including Victoria Beckham, whose upcoming docuseries was teased with an exclusive preview clip. This was a pretty glaring omission to those who've been paying attention. Many believe this was a subtle but clear signal. Netflix has washed its hands of Meghan and Harry. Why would it continue to invest in this poor-performing, scandal-prone duo? The California wildfire excuse. But wait, it gets worse. When the numbers started rolling in and the backlash became impossible to ignore, Meghan and her team scrambled to find a way to explain away the disaster. The excuse?
Netflix has actually postponed the premiere of Meghan Markle's With Love docuseries following the ongoing wildfires in Los Angeles. She said in a statement, "I'm thankful to my partners at Netflix for supporting me in delaying the launch as we focus on the needs of those impacted by the wildfires in my home state of California." I mean, these wildfires, I'm sure you've seen some of the photos. It's like apocalyptic. It's so tragic, and I feel like this is definitely a right move. It just seems like the wrong time to launch something like this.
That's right. They said people were just too distracted by the wildfires to pay attention to the show. Some people sympathized with that excuse initially, but for the most part, it was just a lame excuse to explain the foregone disaster that became evident. If a show is good enough, people will always find the time to watch it. This piece of damage control only served to make Meghan look even more desperate and out of touch. A pattern of failure. This isn't Meghan's first public failure in the entertainment world. Remember her children's book, The Bench? It received lackluster sales and was widely criticized for being unoriginal. And then there were Archetypes, her Spotify podcast that got canceled after one season due to poor engagement. With Love, Meghan finally added to the list of flops. It's visible that Meghan is failing to stay connected with audiences outside the royal drama circuit. They just are not interested in what she has to say, unless it's about Buckingham Palace scandals. Without that, her projects don't seem to have the pull for Netflix anymore. The future of Meghan and Harry's Netflix deal. Now for the million-dollar question. Does Netflix dump Meghan and Harry? Recent reports suggest that top executives at the streaming giant are having serious second thoughts about their partnership with the royal couple. Their initial multi-million-dollar deal was touted as a groundbreaking collaboration, promising high-quality, engaging content that would captivate audiences worldwide. However, with Love, Meghan failing to generate the expected buzz and struggling to retain viewers, Netflix is reportedly questioning whether the Sussexes are worth the investment. Streaming services operate on a strict performance-based model. If a show underperforms, it's often axed without hesitation. Given the lackluster reception of their content so far, Netflix could see little incentive to continue funding projects that fail to generate high viewership or cultural impact. Furthermore, with the streaming market becoming increasingly competitive, Netflix cannot afford to waste resources on underwhelming productions. If Netflix decides to cut ties, it would be a devastating blow to Meghan and Harry's media ambitions. Their credibility in Hollywood could take a hit, making future deals harder to secure. Without Netflix's backing, their path forward in entertainment becomes uncertain, potentially leaving them with limited options for future projects. The people versus Meghan. Public sentiment surrounding Meghan Markle has reached an all-time low, with many critics arguing that she and Prince Harry expect success to be handed to them rather than earned. Their detractors claim that, instead of proving their value in the entertainment industry through compelling storytelling and original content, the couple continues to rely on their royal connections to secure lucrative deals. However, as their recent Netflix failure demonstrates, name recognition alone is not enough to sustain a lasting media career.
Why is she lying about this? Why? Why can't she just say, I'm so grateful to those producers who helped make me look amazing night after night and gave me my start in acting?
Critics argue that Meghan and Harry need to step away from playing the victims and focus on creating content that resonates with audiences. Many believe that their projects feel self-indulgent, overly polished, and detached from what viewers truly want. Others point out that beyond royal controversies, the couple has struggled to generate meaningful engagement, raising questions about whether they have anything of substance to offer Hollywood. On the other hand, Meghan's supporters argue that she has been unfairly targeted and needs more time to establish herself in the industry. They claim that media bias plays a significant role in shaping negative narratives against her. However, with mounting failures, dwindling patience from industry executives, and an increasingly skeptical public, time may not be on Meghan's side. So what happens next? Will Meghan and Harry finally learn from their mistakes and pivot towards something new? Or will Netflix be the first of many partners to abandon ship? The one thing that is for sure is that Hollywood is not an easy nut to crack, and if you can't deliver, you're out. Meghan Markle has been thrown into the biggest crisis of her media career, and if she doesn't act fast, her Hollywood dreams just might come to a screeching halt.